Hello, my name's Mr. Radom, and I'll be your math teacher for this summer DL program. So just a quick little video here to get you started, let you know how things will work. The first thing that you need to know is this website right here, www.thssmath.com. And you'll want to bookmark that because you'll end up using that a lot. This is where all of your resources are going to be. And once you're at the site, there's a bunch of courses here. The one that you're going to be interested in is the tab here, Online Math. So I'm going to click on that one. And it brings up a few links here. There's a couple of online teachers. Mr. Payan is another teacher, so don't worry about clicking on that. But here, I'll just show you this link here. It's my schedule. But there's a few changes with it because this is also for students that are September till June. Don't worry about these Illuminate class times right now. We'll talk about that in a bit. But for the months of May and June, I am in the Illuminate, that's the online class, on Mondays and Wednesdays. So Mondays from 7 to 8 and Wednesdays from 3 to 4. But you will have additional times as well. This is really what I wanted to show you, was these optional personal contact blocks. If you want to come and see me and have a face-to-face meeting or to get help face-to-face, for the months of May and June, I am in the math grade hall, that's the main math area of Thomas Haney Secondary School, on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at these times. I'm not at the school on Fridays, but if you ever want to see me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, during these times, you just need to drop in, and I will be in the math grade hall able to help you at that time. At the bottom here, there's some extra help sessions. Again, don't worry about that. So I just really wanted to point out here these face-to-face times if you would like to come and see me and work with me face-to-face. So that's under my schedule there. The next link I want to show you is Mr. Radom's Illuminate Classroom. This is where, if you don't see me face-to-face and you need help, you would click on. So if you click on that link there, it may ask you to get some software. If you don't have software, it'll give you an opportunity to download the software so that you have that to run. Otherwise, then you can just click Start the Session. It'll ask you to log into the session, so you can put your name in there and click Login. I have to allow something there. And so this is what you'll use if we're ever getting help online. So I would need to be logged in as well. Now you can see this would be your name coming up here. It automatically comes up with your hand up, so you can click on that icon to put your hand down. There's a chat window here, so you can type stuff in there, and it'll come up as a text. So we can chat back and forth if need be. So you might log in here and say, I'm having trouble with page 56, number 8, and I will be able to turn the audio on. I'll be able to talk to you. Now you can see this thing sliding along here. And I have a pen, and I will be able to doodle on the screen and help you with your question that you might have. Of course, you're able to talk as well, but only one person can talk at a time. So when I'm done talking, I need to click that off so that that thing stops. And if you were going to use the microphone to talk to me, you would have to do the same thing. So this is how we can get help in Illuminate. Now, I mentioned those times there in my schedule on Monday evening and Wednesday afternoon. Because you're doing this course in only 3 months, May, June, and July, you have much more time that's available for you for help. So I'm thinking what we would just do is anytime you have a question, just email me, and we'll set up a time when we can get into that Illuminate class. So my email address, and you probably have it already, but if you don't, my email address is jeff_radom@sd42.ca. So if you get stuck on something, just send me an email, I check my emails very regularly, and we'll just set up a time when it works for both of us where we can log in to that Illuminate classroom, and I'll help you with whatever it is you're having trouble with. So that's the Illuminate classroom. Might not be a bad idea to save that hyperlink too, or you can just access it under the online math tab. There's another link here, Configure Illuminate. If you're having trouble, this is support for getting that software working. There's another link here, access free online resources. There's practice quizzes, videos, free tutorial sessions. You can see I've made some links here. This is where there's some tutors that can help you. There's also practice quizzes. There's instructional videos. There's a bunch more resources here and homework help there. So there's lots of online resources available for you. So yeah, just to review here so far. If you want to see me face to face, you'll know the times by clicking on my schedule here. If you would like some help online at any time, send me an email, and we'll set up a time where we can both go into the Illuminate classroom, and I can help you with that. And if you need some additional resources, there's a link here to Learn Now BC, which has lots of support for online students. Now the course you're taking is Math 11 Apprenticeship and Workplace. So let's click on this link, and that'll take us to some links here. There's 4 of them: the workbook, the solutions to the workbook, the learning guides, and the unit projects. So let's click on the workbook. When you click on that, there's some chapters that come up here. So there's all the 7 different chapters for the textbook. And it may ask you for a login and a password. So your login is all capital THSS, that's the login. And the password, if it asks for it, is lowercase math. So capital THSS for login, lowercase math for your password if it asks you for one. And that's true for all resources here. So that's the workbook solutions. You'll want that too. You can download those PDFs and save them on your computer. The learning guides, when you click on this, this is all of the assignments for the course. Now there's a couple of things here. Let's click on this first one. That's your marks record sheet, which is kind of like your course outline. Okay, so there's 20 learning guides in the course, and we've sort of split them up into 7 units. So you can see the first unit's on budget, second unit's on financial services, slope, trig, stats, measurement, and scale. And there's a spot for you to keep track of your mark and the date that you finish something. This is, I don't know if you'll find this useful or not. It's kind of a progress tracking thing too. If you prefer this to keep track of your marks, you can use that. But essentially, here's your first assignment, the Unit 1, Learning Guide 1 to 3, which is on budget. So here's the learning guide. There's a spot for your name and teacher, and don't worry about TA, but this is kind of like just the overview page. So the learning outcomes, here's what you got to know. To complete these guides, there's a little check mark here, some vocabulary, workbook questions, review and challenge questions, and the unit project. So you'll attach all of those things to that package when you hand it in to me. There's no tests for this course, so it's just a matter of completing these packages. So there's some vocabulary for you to define here. So you define those terms. Here's some questions. So it'll check boxes here as you finish them. Read some stuff on some pages, work through an example, complete some questions, look at an example. So some things to do there. Here's some review questions to do. if you wish. And then there's a unit project, which is not in the learning guide. So I will show you the unit projects. So these are all your learning guides. So here's learning guide 4 to 6. But if you're working on learning guide 1 to 3, you would do that. And the last one is your unit projects. And so here's the unit 1 project. Let's open that up. Okay. And it's fairly straightforward. There's some steps to do. This one's all about budgeting. So basically you're going to make up a job, a make-believe job, or maybe it's one that you already have. And you'll work through some stuff here where you find out your net pay, and then you're going to budget for some various things. And there's a few questions there at the end. So that's your unit project. And once you've finished that, then you will have learning guides 1, 2, and 3 completed. So when you start this course, you have 2 weeks to complete your first assignment. So assuming you start this course May 3rd, then you would have 2 weeks in order to finish this learning guides 1, 2, and 3 on budget. And you should have a plan for how you're going to get each one of these 7 unit projects done by your deadline date, which is July the 24th is your last day to complete your course. So that's about 12 weeks, and you've got 7 units to do. So you have a little more than a week of time to complete each unit, about a week and a half. But you should have a plan, make a plan on a calendar, how you're going to, approximately when you're going to finish each of these units so that you can get it done by July the 24th. So that's pretty much it. Your workbook's there, your workbook solutions are there, and your learning guides and your unit projects that go with each of the learning guides. So looking forward to working with you this summer, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me anytime.